Caregivers play a vital role in providing support, compassion, and assistance to individuals in need. However, amidst the demands of caregiving, it is essential for caregivers to recognize the significance of setting healthy boundaries. Establishing clear and respectful boundaries not only safeguards the well-being of the caregiver, but also ensures that the quality of care provided remains sustainable and effective. Exodus chapter 18 verses 13 to 24 read, "And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning unto even. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. And Moses his father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them, to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter that they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So it shall be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and God commanded thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall go also to their place in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said." In this passage, Jethro's counsel to Moses about delegation and setting boundaries is communicated in the context of maintaining Moses' well-being and the effective governance of the people. Caregiving is a demanding and selfless endeavor, requiring a delicate balance between meeting the needs of the care recipient and attending to one's own well-being. Without establishing boundaries, caregivers risk becoming overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and physically exhausted. Setting healthy boundaries becomes a means of preserving the caregiver's physical and mental health, enabling them to provide sustained care without compromising their own quality of life. Caregivers are susceptible to burnout and compassion fatigue when the demands of caregiving exceed their capacity. Healthy boundaries act as a protective barrier, allowing caregivers to allocate time for self-care, rest, and rejuvenation. By recognizing their own limits and setting realistic expectations, caregivers safeguard their mental and physical health, ensuring that they can continue to offer compassionate care over the long term. The emotional toll of caregiving can be profound, ranging from feelings of empathy and fulfillment to moments of sadness, frustration, or guilt. Healthy boundaries empower caregivers to navigate these emotions by establishing a balance between empathy and detachment. This emotional resilience enables caregivers to provide constant support without being overwhelmed by the emotional challenges inherent in caregiving. Caregivers often juggle multiple roles, including those of family members, friends, and professionals. Setting healthy boundaries helps caregivers outline their caregiving role from their personal relationships, preventing potential strains on family and social connections. By maintaining a balance between caregiving responsibilities and personal life, caregivers can sustain fulfilling relationships outside their caregiving role. Boundaries contribute to the clarity and structure of the caregiving relationship, leading to enhanced quality care. When caregivers establish clear expectations, communicate effectively, and set time limits on their availability, the caregiving dynamic becomes more predictable and manageable. This predictability fosters a sense of security for both the caregiver and the care recipient, positively influencing the overall care experience. Healthy boundaries empower care recipients to maintain a level of independence and control over their lives. By clearly defining roles and responsibilities, caregivers create an environment that respects the independence and preferences of those under their care. This fosters a sense of dignity and empowerment for the care recipient, contributing to their overall well-being. Without clear boundaries, caregivers may find themselves overwhelmed by unmet expectations and a sense of perpetual responsibility. This can lead to feelings of resentment, negatively impacting the caregiving relationship. Establishing healthy boundaries helps caregivers communicate their limitations, reducing the likelihood of resentment and fostering a more positive and sustainable caregiving experience. Christian caregivers may also see the act of establishing boundaries as a reflection of their commitment to self-care, recognizing that they are called to love and care for others as they love and care for themselves. By setting healthy boundaries, caregivers acknowledge their own limitations and prioritize their well-being, allowing them to serve others more effectively and sustainably over the long term. Setting boundaries can be seen as a practical application of this guidance, ensuring that caregivers protect their inner selves from burnout and excessive stress. Establishing boundaries can be a way for caregivers to model healthy relationships and demonstrate the importance of balance to those they care for. By openly communicating and setting limits, caregivers can encourage others to do the same, fostering an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Ultimately, the act of establishing boundaries in caregiving can be seen as an expression of faithfulness, responsibility, and obedience to God's guidance. It's a way for caregivers to align their actions with biblical principles, honoring the gifts they've been entrusted and ensuring that their caregiving efforts are sustainable, compassionate, and reflective of the love that they have received from God. Through the establishment of clear expectations, effective communication, and a commitment to self-care, caregivers can create an environment that promotes sustainable caregiving and nurtures the overall quality of life for both themselves and those under their care. Recognizing and valuing the importance of healthy boundaries is not only an act of self-preservation for caregivers, but also a testament to the enduring strength and resilience of the caregiving relationship.